Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome back to my channel, my Loverlies. If you've never been here before, thank you so much for clicking on my video. I am so happy you found me. I do so hope that you will like and subscribe before you leave. Become part of the Mama family. Mama's got your back, at least where makeup's concerned, and definitely when that makeup is cheap. Today is a mega declutter. We are decluttering my biggest category yet. We're doing highlighters today. It's been a couple weeks since I did my last declutter, but I really want to get this done so I can get the giveaway started and get you guys some yummy goodies. So we're going to do it today. Today's video is probably going to be just a little bit of a longer one because, like I said, there are a ton of highlighters here to go through. So let's just go ahead and dive in. Before we get started, if you guys are wondering what is on my face today, I used the Beauty Bay Earthy palette. It is a gigantic 42 color eyeshadow palette. One of my very, very favorites. All kinds of yummy greens. I did do a TikTok on today's eyeshadow look if you are interested. I will make sure to put the link for that in the description box below, along with the links to all of my other socials, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. If you are not following me everywhere, you definitely should go do that. I post fun content every single day, and if you're following me everywhere, you don't have to worry about missing a single moment of it. Before we get started, I really just want to take a moment for this makeup today. I am so freaking in love with it. I feel beautiful. I feel beautiful today, and it is so nice. I've not been in like the best place recently, and I sat down to play with my makeup, and just sometimes, you know, when you look in the mirror and you just really love what you see staring back at you. Y'all, I am so in love with today's makeup look. Great makeup day. All right, diving right into the declutter. I have 67 highlighter singles, and then I have 21 highlight palettes. We've got to get through it all today because I have got to cull down this collection at least by a small army. We've got to get rid of some of this stuff. So I want to start with like palettes and stuff first, and then we'll move into the singles. I have 21 palettes in total, I think. Guys, my nails are absolutely ratchet at the moment. I'm going to be doing them as soon as I get done filming this, but it's getting very late, and I wanted to film this video before my makeup was destroyed. So I do apologize if that bothers you. You don't have to watch today's video. Just try not to look at my fingers so awful much. All right, eyeshadow palettes. This stack is the first one in front of me. So I have two of these. These are the, what are these? These are the Beauty Creations highlight palettes. So I have the pink one and the yellow one. These are actually fantastic. First of all, I really love the packaging. They look like little chocolate bars. You open it up, you get two different highlight colors and then a full-size mirror. So when it comes to the highlights, one is a little bit more glittery, one is a little bit more like glowy. They're both absolutely beautiful. I picked these up at Burke's. I think I paid $3 or $4 for this. You want to talk about really gorgeous highlights? They just go on. They look really buttery and smooth, not super highlight or not super texture enhancing. I really love these. I am going to be keeping both of these, but Beauty Creations is one of those brands that people are oftentimes pretty iffy about, just because you don't hear too awful much about them, so you don't know if the quality is any good. I'm here to tell you the quality is fantastic. This packaging is so freaking adorable. I cannot get over it. Yeah, they're just the highlighter palettes. I have the pink and the yellow. I think the pink one is really beautiful. The yellow is really gorgeous as well. The pink one has, I guess it's kind of self-explanatory, but the pink one has a little bit more of a rosy undertone, whereas this one is more like warm and golden. They're both gorgeous. I love both of these very much. Use them all the time. They are staying. I have this one. So this is the Physicians Formula Shimmer Brick. This is just in the shade Warm Neutral, I believe. I picked this up literally, I want to say maybe a month or two ago. I have not had this in my collection for very long, and I've used it all of one time since I purchased it. The package, yes, the warm nudes. Packaging is really beautiful. This works as eyeshadow. It works as highlight. It's a really beautiful formula, but it is fairly subtle. So it's not something that I'm I super gravitate towards. I love the packaging. So you get the little window into the actual product, and then back here you have another little door that's got your mirror and a really beautiful brush, as well as a foam tip applicator. This was actually fairly expensive if I'm remembering correctly, but I've had it in my collection. I've used it once, so I am going to get rid of this. I'm going to put this in the giveaway. One of you guys is really going to enjoy this, because again, it's great quality. It's a little bit subtle for my taste. The next thing, okay, so these are the Revlon Photo Ready Sunlit Dream palettes. So these are so freaking old. I actually picked these up. It was either at Burke's or Big Lots, but these are so old. They're nice, but they're again very subtle. So this one is the Sunlit Dream variation. The packaging is actually really nice. It's heavy, kind of plastic packaging. Doesn't necessarily feel like something you would get from the drugstore. You get a nice full-size mirror, and then you get 4 different highlight colors, and all of the colors are really beautiful. They all work for my skin tone. They're all pretty, very glowy, very smooth and buttery. They look really gorgeous. I'm gonna end up by the time we end this video, I'm gonna have so much highlight on my face. It's going to be absolutely insane. They are beautiful. I don't use them anywhere near as often as I should. So this again was the Sunlit Dreams, and then I have the Galaxy Dreams, and this one makes me sad because I dropped it and it broke. It absolutely shattered, but this one is fun, colorful, like holographic highlights, and I love it. Especially at the drugstore, and especially from a brand like Revlon to release holographic highlights, it's insane. So I had to pick it up just for the novelty of it. In this one you have a pink, blue, green, and more of like an opalescent kind of rainbow one. All of these are really beautiful. Same textures and things as the other palette. And y'all, as old as these are, they still perform. This one's like purple, kind of. As old as they are, they still perform beautifully. Super pretty. Yeah, I'm gonna keep a hold of both of these just because I do enjoy them very much, and they're just not travel friendly. So if I got rid of them, I would have to just throw them away because they would arrive to you absolutely shattered, and we don't want that to happen. More palettes. Guys, my name is Makeup Mama, and I am addicted to highlight, apparently. Y'all, I have got a problem. And I need to do something about it. Y'all, I need you to remind me to stop buying highlighters. There's something about a good glow that really just gets me going, and apparently it gets me going to the tune of freaking 100 million highlights in my collection. It's unnecessary. Ugh. Okay, so the next one is a Laura Geller. This is the High Def Glow Illuminator Duo in the shade Heart of Gold. This I picked up at Burke's for a pittance. It was really affordable. You get 2 different highlights in here. Same kind of premise as a lot of the other duos that we're going to talk about in today's video. One is a little bit more shimmery and glowy. The other is a little bit more glittery. These are really beautiful highlights, but they are just a little bit deep for me. They just look so pretty. I don't know if you guys can see how really beautiful and glittery that is. They do look really gorgeous on the skin. I just don't wear it as often as I feel like I should because it is such a like solid gold color. I don't know. This one's gonna have to go in the I'll think about it pile because I do love that very much, but I don't wear it very often. So next one we have another Laura Geller one, but this is the Glow Standard Illuminator palette, and this one I am keeping all the way. This one is so fun. It has these really gorgeous kind of ice creamy, iridescent, holographic kind of glowy highlights in here. They're so pretty. So you have one that is a little bit more opalescent, you have a pink, and then you have a standard really beautiful light golden champagne color. All 3 of these are absolutely stunning. I really do enjoy the Laura Geller highlight formula. it just goes on and it's glowy without being too much. And like this formula in particular, there's no glitter, there's no big particles of shimmer. It's just really beautiful and smooth and buttery on the skin. I adore this thing. I do use it fairly often, so we're keeping that one. This one I could probably get rid of. This I got from Shop Miss A. This is the Amuse Galaxy Lights Highlight Palette, and actually this is fantastic. Packaging, atrocious, absolutely terrible. I picked this up for $1 from Shop Miss A. I wasn't expecting too awful much from it when I picked it up, but actually these are fantastic. And as I've grown to realize, highlighters from Shop Miss A usually are. Some of my very favorite highlights in the entire world come from Shop Miss A, and this one is such a fun palette. You have green, blue, purple, and I'm not even sure, pink maybe? I think that might be pink, but they're so pretty. These look so nice on the inner corner or brow bone. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this one. I'm telling you, I have a problem. This is so pretty, especially if you just wanted to pat some right onto the center. Because they're such a sheer formula, there's no glitter or shimmer, but they do have fairly big, it's not big, but they have larger particles of pearl, so they catch the light in a way that really makes it look like there's so much dimension and movement. For $1 highlight palette, this really is, it's like a home run. So good, and I love the colors of them. Should I go ahead and swatch all 4 colors? So this one is the pink one. Pink one is super pretty. This one is the purple one. Look at that. Then we have the blue or green. So pink, blue, green. And then, yeah, those are all really, 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 really pretty. Keeping that, keeping. The next we have is the e.l.f. Glow Gleam Beam Highlight Palette. Y'all, I love this thing so very much. I use it continuously. If you guys ever check out my my description boxes or the whatever's under my videos, I always put a full product list under each video, especially when I do my TikToks and Instagram posts. I use this quite often, but it is getting a little bit old and I'm worried that it is going to expire before I can get through it. Unfortunately, they don't make this anymore. They don't make this eyeshadow palette anymore. I picked this up, I picked this up from Walmart, I want to say almost a year ago, and the reason that I love this so much is that you get different textures and tones and colors. It is a truly comprehensive highlighting palette. You have this shade right here, which is a really gorgeous glittery kind of topper shade that looks beautiful tapped over everything, so it's like a universal highlight. And then you have a 3 different baked highlights down here at the bottom. This one's a little rosy, this one's champagne, this one's a little bit more neutral and taupey. These ones have more of that kind of like almost, you know, that baked formula, so they're almost a little bit more, they're not glittery, but they almost have a little bit more of that intense kind of mica shine to them, whereas these ones down here are metallic, so they just are super intense and gorgeous. Yeah, it's beautiful. I adore this palette very much. I have got to get rid of some of it though. I'm going to get rid of this one just because I think one of you guys is really going to get a ton of use out of this, because it is really a beautiful. I'm looking for a towel because I'm just wiping highlighter everywhere. This is beautiful. I am going to get rid of it though because I just don't have room for it in my collection. The next thing, this one. So this I have 2 of. This is the Mally Wuzza Was Up highlighting palette. Packaging, 10 out of 10. Super adorable. It is pink, it is gold, it is glittery and gorgeous. I love it very much. You open it up, you do get a mirror, and then you get 3 different highlights in here. So you have 2 powder highlights and 1 cream highlight. Mally is one of those brands that when I stumble across, I'm always intrigued. Their quality is just truly incredible. I love all of the Mally products that I have used so far. Their highlights are gorgeous. They have this really beautiful, very glowy, lit from within kind of quality. With this palette though, I think it is super nifty because you have a cream that you can set down first, and then you can go over top of it with one of the powders and really like glow to the gods. This is a stunning palette, so I am going to keep this one, but I have a brand new one because somehow, for some reason, I picked up 2 of them, so I'm going to keep one and I'm going to put the extra one in the giveaway. The next palette is this Milani, and this is going to be in my collection until the end of time. This is the Milani Rose Glow Stellar Lights Highlighting Trio. Y'all, when I tell you this is the most intergalactic lit, see it from outer space, metallic, insane highlight available at the drugstore right now, at least available at Walmart. I'm not playing. This is fantastic. It is a little bit pricey, especially for what it is. I think that Milani is a little bit pricey for the most part, but when I tell you the quality of these is just absolutely insane. You get 3 different tones. You get something a little bit icy, something a little bit warmer, and then you get something a little bit rosy. I can and do use all 3 of these tones. This peachy tone looks like it's going to be just a little bit dark, but once you blend it out, if you go light with it, it does end up looking really, really beautiful. Again, if you are any lighter than me, it's not gonna look good on you at all. But I find that this looks really pretty as a blush topper. Again, if I was just to use it as a highlight, it would be a little bit, it'd be too dark for me. But as a really beautiful kind of neutral-ish blush topper, it's really, really pretty. The other 2 shades, though, these 2, you can definitely tell I've gotten more use out of these 2 than this one. These 2 are insane. This one is the iciest, most metallic, most insane freaking highlight. It literally, it's insane. And it manages to be that just like boom, pow in your face without looking like just like super enhancing of your texture, without looking weird or out of place on the face. It's just insane. These are one of those highlights that I use just at the very, very highest point of my cheeks, just to give me that little bit of extra glow. And there's that golden shade. Super, super pretty. Y'all, I wish I could find this shade right here. I don't even know what shade that is. It's Pearl. I wish they sold singles of this one because it is the most gorgeous, blinding, icy highlight. Oh, it is so, so beautiful. I love this palette. I'm keeping it. I have a Revolution one that is very, very similar. This is the Revolution Supreme Highlighter Gold Edition. It is another highlight trio, and this one actually is so freaking similar. They're literally dupes for each other. They're almost exactly the same thing. I will say that the lightest tone in the Revolution is nowhere near as icy or blinding as the Milani. I do think the Milani is definitely better quality. It is a little bit more expensive than the Revolution as well, but they're both really, really beautiful quality just in general. I like the tones in the Milani, just the icy lighter one, just a little bit better. So I am going to get rid of this Revolution one. I think that all 3 of the tones in here are very, very pretty, but I just think that some of them can be just a little bit deep for me. So if you have a slightly deeper skin tone than I do, I think that this palette would be really nice for you. Packaging, straight up Revolution drugstore packaging, nothing special there, but the highlights inside are pretty nice. I have another Revolution highlight palette. This one I am keeping. This is the Revolution Reloaded Luster Lights Cool Highlighting Palette. I really like this palette. Again, for the same reason, you're going to see that this is a recurring theme throughout my highlighter collection. I love these multicolored highlight palettes. I use these for just about everything, especially if I'm doing like around Halloween, when I'm doing super spooktacular kind of makeup looks. These come so much in handy. If I want to do just a little bit of something on the inner corner, these are gorgeous. They also look really beautiful on the face as well. This green one I think is so stinking pretty. I'm just going to take a little bit, pop that right on my inner corner. They're just so pretty. And this formula, though it is just a little dry and just a little powdery, has such a beautiful reflect to it. I can't I can't make myself get rid of it. I am going to keep it. I do think it's beautiful. I love highlighting palettes like this. I cannot get enough of them. I do think that I love that there's an orange one in here. Nowhere else in my collection do I have a true orange highlight, and this is worth having just for this highlight alone. And it manages to show up on the skin orange and not peach and not gold. It actually looks orange. I did a really terrible swatch of it right there, but it does manage to show up orange, and it is very, very pretty. I enjoy it very much. So keeping that one. And then this one. This is the Black Radiance True Complexion 3D Highlighting Palette. This one I picked up I think I picked it up maybe just a couple of months ago. I picked it up because I saw this purple highlight, and I was like, ooh, let's check it out. Unfortunately, I'm just not a giant fan of this highlighting formula. It doesn't do enough for me. They're too pigmented, they're too dark for my skin tone, so I don't think I've gotten barely any use out of any of these in here. That color is really, really beautiful, but all the other colors in here are just way too deep for me. This highlight, though, in particular, is super, super pretty. Okay, can't keep a whole palette just for one shade, so I am going to get rid of this one. Moving on to other palettes. Y'all, there's so much stuff here. We're doing good, though. We're doing good, though. We're getting rid of stuff, which makes me happy. This is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Illuminating Palette. I actually use this all the time. This is a really beautiful highlighting palette. Super, super affordable as well. Packaging is atrocious. Wet n Wild has some of the worst packaging at the drugstore, but everybody knows that the Mega Glow highlights really are so, so pretty. I love the tones in here. A lot of times I'll just take my brush and just kind of swirl it through everything and just kind of go to town. Really beautiful. Love the tones, love the texture, love the way that it looks on my face. So I'm keeping this one. Ooh, this one is a fun one. So this one I picked up off of Amazon. This is the Suzukiki. I think that's how you say it. This is the Suzukiki Sunset Florist Highlighting Palette. Now, this was making the rounds on TikTok, I want to say quite a few months ago, and I saw it, and I actually did a weird makeup from Amazon video featuring this and a bunch of other stuff. But this is probably the prettiest highlighting palette in my entire collection. They're absolutely beautiful. So you have literally just kind of highlight flowers, and they're so freaking pretty. Not only are they pretty in the pan, but they're pretty on the face. They have this really, it's like Asian makeup, so it has that very ethereal, almost glittery kind of quality to it. They give you a much more lit from within glow, as opposed to like a metallic stripe on your skin. They're very ethereal. They're almost like, I almost want to akin it to like fairy lights. They just give you that really beautiful soft glow. They're stunning. And of course, the actual like pan embossings, the way they're pressed into the pan is absolutely stunning. This was really, really affordable as well. I think this palette was only like $8.99, and it's really, really great quality. If you like a really beautiful ethereal kind of highlight, I think this would be a cute addition to your collection. And if you just, want a bouquet of highlighter, flowers, there you go. But they really are so pretty. So this is the Rose shade. I'm running out of places to swatch, but this is the Rose shade, and I don't know if you can see that, but you see how really beautiful and like glowy it is? It doesn't look like a metallic stripe. It doesn't look like American highlighter. It just looks like a really beautiful, soft, ethereal glow. Just adds the slightest bit of luminosity to the skin. It looks so natural on the skin as well. Y'all, I'm going to end up having, like I said, so much freaking highlight on my face by the end of today's video, but I'm going to keep going for it because I can't help myself. I want to take just a little bit of it and put some, let's put some just like right up here so you guys can see. It is just the teeniest, tiniest bit of like very soft luminosity. This is great on like the collarbones, things like that, because it catches the sun in such a beautiful way. Fantastic. I'm keeping it. I love it very, very much. I have a couple of big highlighting palettes. So the first of which is it's one of my newest highlighters. This is the Pixie Hello Kitty Chrome Glow palette. Keeping this one. This one's fantastic. The actual formulations of the highlights in here is bazonkers. They're so good. Super glowy, super punchy, beautifully pigmented. I talked about this not too long ago, so I'm not going to swatch it because I'm trying to get through as fast as I can. But y'all, absolutely fantastic. Love this highlighting palette so much. And then I have this one, and this is the Profusion Star Glow 9 Shade Highlight Palette. I got this palette for like, I think it was $2.50 off of the sale page from profusion.com. And when I tell you these are some of the most beautiful highlights in my entire collection, they're stunning. I love every single one of these shades. These two are a little bit deep for me to wear just on their own, but they look beautiful as like bronzy, kind of like bronze toppers, things like that. They're stunning. For $2.50, you absolutely cannot beat it. The packaging is really nice as well. They have, the formula feels almost identical to the Pixie. The Pixie palette was $20 and this was $2.50. The formula feels literally almost identical to each other. I really think that they could be dupes for each other, and they're so stinking pretty. Yeah, love this. Never ever getting rid of it. I have the Ace Beauté Glow Essentials highlighting palette. Love this one too. Never ever getting rid of it. I picked this one up off of BoxyCharm. It came in one of my BoxyCharms 1 month, and y'all, when I tell you, I fell in love instantly. They're icy and they're gorgeous and they're smooth and they're buttery and they're just absolutely everything you love and a good highlight. They're like not glittery in any way. They just go on and look so beautiful on the skin. Love this, and I love the tones in here as well. So you have icy, which is what it says it is, very white icy kind of highlight. You have this one, which is more of a duochromatic kind of shifty highlight. It shifts from a really beautiful icy kind of champagne gold to a pink, which I absolutely adore. Yeah, you guys can see just a little bit of that pink reflect in there. This pink highlight is really gorgeous. Let's swatch. You see how punchy those are? They're freaking insane. I love them very much. This is going to be in my collection until the day that I die. I have two of the Jeffree Star Platinum Ice Skin Frost Pro palettes. The first of which is the Platinum Ice. This one was the first Jeffree Star Highlights anything I had ever purchased. I purchased this while it was on sale and promptly got it home, folded it in half, and broke it because they're not supposed to fold in half like that. But you get 6 different pans of highlight. Y'all, if you've never experienced the Jeffree Star Skin Frost formula, it's intense. It is intense. I very often use this as inner corner and brow bone highlights just because they are so intense. They look so beautiful on the inner corner. This green one, Alien Ice. Oh, this is Canary Bling. This is the yellow one, but it is so pretty, and it is not a gold. It is a baby chick yellow, and it looks so freaking pretty on the skin. They're so icy and like metallic and gorgeous. One of the biggest reasons I enjoy the Skin Frost formula so much is because there's no glitter particles in here. A lot of his other highlighters have quite a bit of glitter in them, but the Skin Frost formula does not. These are beautiful. And even this one, this is Lavender Snow, and it looks like it's going to be way too deep, but once you get it onto the skin, it actually looks so beautiful. It's like almost like a gray lavender kind of, oh, the colors in here are just so unique that again, it will be in my collection until the day that I die. I love this thing very much. And then my last Jeffree Star palette is the Ice Crusher. This is my newest Jeffree Star highlighting palette. I have not broken this one yet. This one I like a little bit less than the first one, and that is just because I'm not a big fan of like some of the tones in here. A lot of them are a little bit more glittery than the first one. The first one doesn't have any kind of glitter in it. I don't know. I think it's this shade right here because it's so dark. I've tried to use it, can't really find anything to really use this for. And again, it is a highlighting palette. It's supposed to be accessible to a bunch of different skin tones. So I appreciate that it's in there. It's such a beautiful copper though. You know what? That would be a beautiful eyeshadow. Yeah. It's going to be in my collection until I die. I love this. I love this blue highlight. It is so freaking pretty. I have noticed that these ones are a little bit more powdery than the first palette, and I don't know if that was on purpose or what. They are a little bit drier, a little bit more powdery, but y'all look at that. Look at that. It's freaking insane. And they also have quite a bit of a duochromatic shift to them as well. So all three of these top shades right here, they kind of shift. This one is Avalanche, and it has almost a little bit of a shifty kind of quality to it. Super, super pretty. Can you guys see that? How beautiful that is. But they are just a little bit glittery, so they're not my favorite for the face, but they look great on the eyes. So yeah, keeping this forever. It's never leaving home. And last but not least, for highlight palettes, this is the Malibu Glitz Pro Glow. This is an Anastasia dupe. So I picked this up off of Shop Miss A. Again, it was $1. Y'all, these surprised me so much. This is a straight up dupe for one of the Anastasia Beverly Hills highlighting palettes. I don't remember what the name of it is, but y'all, these are actually really, really good. Packaging, not bad, but not great either. Just straight up thin kind of cardboard packaging. I actually prefer cardboard packaging like this as opposed to some of that big chunky plastic packaging, just because this is so much easier to store. Colors in here are really, really beautiful. This goes out of stock on Shop Miss A all the time, and I don't know when they're going to get it back in stock. But again, I have so many different highlight palettes that I don't need this one, so I am going to get rid of it, but it is so pretty. This one is a really gorgeous, like, shifty shade, so it does that really gorgeous shift from, like, champagne to pink. I love it. This one is just a really gorgeous icy one, and then you have something that's a little bit more pink, and then you have a yellow. This is gorgeous. I love this thing very, very much. I have used it a ton, but again, I have so many palettes that have this almost exact same color story that I just don't need another one in my collection. Is that it for eyeshadow palettes? I think that's it for actual palettes. Let's move on to like loose powder highlights, because I only have 4 of them. So the first of which is the AOA Studios Powlighter. I really, really like this stuff. This is beautiful, super, super finely milled. I actually used this the other day and really enjoyed the way that it looked on my skin. The only thing I don't super love about this is just the packaging, because it is so messy. But I mean, it's $1, so you know, you kind of get what you pay for. But it is so pretty. That's it right there. It is so pretty. It's got more of an iridescent base, but it's glittery. But the glitter reflex in it are feeny. So it goes on and it looks, again, it reminds me very much of like a K-beauty kind of highlight. It has that very ethereal kind of quality to it. This is in the shade Galactic. As much as I love this so much, I am going to get rid of it because I never use it. I pulled it out the other day, and as much as I loved the way that it looked on my skin, it's just going to get lost in my collection again, and I would rather one of you enjoy it than it just rot sitting in the bottom of a box somewhere. The next one is this one. This is the L'Oreal True Match Lumi Shimmerista. This is my oldest. It is my oldest loose highlight, and this is probably one that I'll have for forever, just because I love the shade of it so awful much. It has the most beautiful kind of pearlescent opalescence to it. I don't even have anywhere left. There we go. I have barely anywhere left to swatch, but it just looks so beautiful on the skin. It is icy and gorgeous. It reminds me of like a Moonlit Goddess, that kind of vibe. Stunning. This is still available. You can still pick this up off of Amazon and places like that. I really, really enjoy that loose highlight. This one I am going to get rid of. This is the Cab Cosmetics Golden Hour Illuminating Dust. I picked this up in a shade that I thought was going to work for me, but but it is definitely not. It is way, 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 way too deep for me, but it is so freaking pretty. It is this super deep, gorgeous kind of copper shade. Super finely milled, really beautiful, like buttery smooth, gorgeous kind of texture to it. I do think that this would look beautiful if you wanted to turn this into a like a liquid eyeshadow, something like that. Mix it with a mixing medium. Absolutely stunning. Just as a highlight, it just doesn't work for me. But that gorgeous kind of bronzy copper color is stunning. Very, very pretty. And then last but not least, I have this one. This is the Revolution Rose Quartz Loose Highlight. I think I have used this maybe one time in the entire time that I've had it. I love the packaging on this because it's not quite so messy. I am going to try to swatch just a little bit of it for you. So there is a little bit of it swatched. I really enjoy this formula. I'm keeping this one as well. I don't reach for it, but I wish that I would because it does have such a beautiful reflect to it. I love the color. It's got a very pretty, like rosy, golden tone to it that is, in my opinion, a little bit unique. I really love the packaging again. So yeah, I'm keeping this. This is such a good product, and I think it's still available on the Revolution website as well. I have a couple of the e.l.f. Bite Size blush highlight duos. I have this one in the shade Cantaloupe, which I adore. This yellow blush, like this really gorgeous yellow peachy blush, is my everything. And then next to it is the most beautiful icy highlight. Love this thing. Keeping it forever. This one, though, in the shade Guava is just a little bit deep for me. Not my favorite, so I am going to get rid of this one. These are super, super affordable. And, you know, I love them very much. But Shop Miss A came out with duos almost identical to this for even more affordable prices. So if you're into stuff like this, definitely go check out Shop Miss A. But the quality of this is amazing. I love the color of this blush. It is such a gorgeous, like, peachy pink. So pretty, so flattering on the skin. And then this highlight is really pretty. It's a very pretty kind of taupey champagne color, just a little bit deep for me, so I'm getting rid of it. We have two of the Lottie London Diamond Bounce highlights. I picked up a second one because my first one shattered. I adore this not as a highlight, but as an eyeshadow. It is one of my favorite things to use as an eyeshadow topper because it has a, it's got a really gorgeous translucent base to it, but then you kind of tap it over just about anything, and it gives such a beautifully icy kind of glittery, just shimmer effect to the top of anything. Absolutely beautiful. It comes in this shade, and then there's also a golden shade. Yeah, so I have, this is the silver, so I have the silver shade and the gold shade. I probably could get rid of this one, but I'm scared because, again, I use this continuously, especially if I want a little bit of a glitter effect on my eye, but don't want big chunky glitter. This is gorgeous because it's an it's kind of mixed in already, so it's not a loose glitter, so it really sticks to the eye really beautifully, and it gives you that glitter effect without any of the fallout. So I really, really adore that for this. I'm gonna keep it because if this one breaks and I don't have it in my collection, I'll be very, very sad. But if y'all can get your hands on these, definitely go do that because they are so stinking pretty. It's insane. The gold one is beautiful as well. It's got that really gorgeous, very like translucent base to it, but then it has those really beautiful like golden speckles, like tiny, teeny, tiny micro glitters in there. They're so pretty as eyeshadow toppers. Love them so, so much. I have a gigantic Jeffree Star Cosmetics Skin Frost. I freaking love these highlights so, so much. We're going to have to do a part 2 of the highlight declutter. Y'all, oh, okay. But this is the Jeffree Star Skin Frost in the shade Ice Cold. I picked this up on sale from the Jeffree Star website. I love the packaging for the Skin Frosts. I love the pink. They, you know, Jeffree Star is all about packaging, so it feels luxe, it feels heavy, it feels like a moment. I love the tone of this as well. There we go. So this is the shade Ice Cold. It is a really beautiful, very, very light golden champagne color. And when I tell you this hits, it hits. Like, I'm gonna have to start swatching right here. This is absolutely insane. It catches the light where, I mean, it like takes the light in the room, sucks it up, and spits it right back at you. It's insane. I love it. It also comes with its own nice big mirror. This stuff's fantastic. Again, another one of those things that is going to be in my collection until the end of time. I have a couple of the Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Freestyle highlighters. I have one in the shade Penny for Your Thoughts, and I picked this one up because I found it on sale, and I thought this would be a gorgeous eyeshadow, like eyeshadow topper something, but I never reach for it. It is so pretty, and it's literally dying in my collection because I never reach for it, and I've never used it. I've swatched it maybe once or twice, but I've never used it. It is basically brand new, so I'm going to put this into the giveaway. Hopefully one of you can get a little bit of enjoyment out of that. I also have the shade, this is the, like, one of the duos. I have 7-Day Weekend and Poolside, and again, they're so stinking pretty, but I just never reach for them. I know that I should, but I feel like when it comes to highlights, I feel like I want something that's not so pigmented, because when it goes on, it just kind of takes over, and instead of it being like a really beautiful glowy highlight moment, it looks like it's just like a stripe of color on my skin. And though the formula is really, really beautiful and the colors are gorgeous, I don't know what to use them for. And I could use them as eyeshadows, but again, I just never reach for them because I'm an eyeshadow palette kind of girl. So I'm going to put this one into the, let me see. I want to put this one into the giveaway as well. I have another one that I think that I kept in my blush collection. I have another one. I think it's like orange, and I think I got rid of that one too. Yeah, I'm getting rid of this one. I'll never freaking use it. This one, another Shop Miss A. This is the Shop Miss A Dewy Cream Highlight. Getting rid of it. I never use cream highlights. I don't know why I picked that one up. This is the Milani Baked Highlight in the shade Dolce Perla. Keeping this one. I use this one all the time. It is one of my very, very favorite baked highlights. It just goes on the skin and it looks so, so beautiful. This shade in particular, Dolce Perla, is fantastico. Love it so, so much. So these two right here, again, ones that I'm going to keep full till the end of time. These are the Jaclyn Cosmetics loose highlighters. I have these in the shade Extra and Bomb, and you want to talk about the most insanely brilliant, like metallic, like, oh, kind of highlights. They're insane. I adore the packaging as well. It feels so luxe and so expensive and like such a moment. I can't get over it. And again, these look beautiful both on the face. They look beautiful on the eyes. They're just freaking pretty. And they manage to be beautifully like glowy and metallic. There's no chunky glitter or shimmer in here at all, but they're like so icy and so glowy. I love these so, so much. A little bit will go the very, very longest way. These are going to last me for absolutely forever, but I love them, and I'll never, ever, ever get rid of them. They're going to be in my collection until the day that I pass. They'll probably go in my casket with me. I have a couple of the e.l.f. Baked highlights. I have, this one is the one I'm wearing today. This is in the shade Moonlit Pearls. It is a very, very pretty, very soft, luminous kind of baked highlight. It goes on and it gives you that really gorgeous kind of glowy luminosity without looking like too much. Just ends up looking really beautiful and natural on the skin. I'm not sure if they make these anymore, but I don't need two of them. I have one in the shade Moonlit Pearls, and then the other one is in the shade Blushed Gems. And they both look really, really similar. This one looks to be like it's going to be a little bit darker, so I'll get rid of this one and keep the slightly lighter tone. Yeah, this one's slightly lighter. This one has a little bit more of like a pinky undertone to it, but I really like the icy one, so we're going to get rid of this one. These are fantastic. Small but mighty. Love them very, very much. And I'm just trying to get rid of this. I'm trying to get through this pile so I can let you go. Okay, these ones are super new to my collection. They're not going anywhere. These are the Profusion It's a Vibe putty highlighting duos. These are kind of like duochromatic and gorgeous. I love them very, very much. I kept them in the packaging because I thought the packaging was so stinking cute. Yeah, they're brand new to my collection, so they're not going anywhere. I also have one of the putty blushes from their Halloween collection from last year. This is in the shade Flare. This is stunning. Again, it is the same kind of texture. I don't know if you guys can see how much like moisture content is in there, but y'all, When I tell you, these are so intense and metallic and gorgeous. Love them. I probably could get rid of this shade because it is just a little bit deep for me. I don't know. But because it's a putty, I don't know if I can sanitize it, so I'll keep it. Just because if I get rid of it, I'll have to throw it away. But can you sanitize putty products? Let me know in the comments below. How do you do that? This one I got from Amazon. This is the Hyaluronic Liren. I got this off of Amazon. Really affordable, but it is a dupe for the Stila Heaven's Hue highlight. It is so beautiful. Again, it is K Beauty, so it has that really gorgeous, like ethereal kind of glittery quality to it that just looks so pretty as both as both a highlight and an eyeshadow topper. So pretty, keeping it, and I love the soft, like pinky lavender tone of this. Adore it so much. This can go. This is the NYX Born to Glow Icy Highlighter. So this is a duo. Again, same thing. One side super smooth and metallic. The other side is a little bit crunchy bunchy with big glitter particles in it. They're both really beautiful, but I never ever reach for this, so I am gonna get rid of it. This thing was freaking expensive too. I purchased it and I thought I was gonna get all kinds of use out of it, and then never touched it. That's them swatched. I have so much swatching going on my arms right now, you can't even see anything. Really beautiful quality highlight. I just never reach for it. So that we are getting rid of. And then this one is from Isabel Bedoya. This one I have had for absolutely forever, and I refuse to throw it away because I love the packaging so much. If you guys don't know who Isabel Bedoya is, she is a YouTuber, was a YouTuber. I haven't seen anything from her in the very longest time, but she is so freaking beautiful, and y'all, she can beat a face. She can beat a face. She's absolutely fantastic at what she does. This was her own brand. It was available at Walmart for a very short time. I picked up the highlight and both of her eyeshadow palettes. Still love them. Love the packaging. Actually, the quality of the powder inside is really gorgeous as well. This reminds me very much of my Lottie London Diamond Bounce. That same kind of thing. Translucent base with a really gorgeous, very glittery kind of icy sheen to it. Really beautiful. That same kind of putty texture to it. Really gorgeous product. And then last but not least, in today's video, I have the Stila Heaven's Hue highlight, but this is in the shade Transcendence. And y'all, this is probably one of my very favorite subtle highlights of all time. And it is subtle. This is not going to punch you in the face. This is not going to boom pow. You're glowing to the gods. This is going to give you the most gorgeous, very soft, feminine, like ethereal luminosity. It is so smooth and so, oh, it is pretty. It literally looks like you're sweating, but in the most gorgeous, sexy way possible. I freaking love this thing. I love it so very much. I picked this up from Burke's. Super affordable. Packaging is great. Most things from Stila have really nice packaging, but the formula of this is so good. Very similar to that other highlight that I showed you. They're almost identical, but this one is not glittery. It is super smooth and glowy and gorgeous, and you look like a goddess when you wear it. I love this stuff. Use it all the time, especially on a super low-key, no makeup kind of day. This stuff's fantastic. Love it so much. Y'all, that is it for today's video. I got through a ton of highlights. The only thing I have left is this box right here, and we'll go through that in the next video. Guys, I love you so very much. Thank you so much for being here today. Before you leave, make sure you give this video a big old thumbs up. Let me know you're enjoying the content. As always, no filters, no edits, no fancy lighting. It's just me sitting in front of my camera, playing with some highlight, hoping you guys are enjoying what I'm doing. And until next time, stay safe, take care of yourselves, and remember, you're important. Bye.